Hey guys, I haven't posted in a while because I hurt my back, so today I'm going through the things that I'm doing to help get my back pain back on track. So I was doing a handstand, I was getting up into the handstand and I just felt like I had this pull in my back. Took about sort of 3 days to really settle down in regards to the pain. What I've been getting is like pain sort of into my top of my glute, down the side of my thigh and then into my calf. I think what I did was sprain one of the joints in my back, and around that joint sort of where the nerve runs through, and so that's why I think I've been getting this pain sort of go down the outside of my thigh there. I can wiggle my toes and I've got full range of motion and power in my legs, so I know the nerve is okay, but it's definitely a little bit irritated. So essentially I'm going to be doing some things to loosen up my lower back and some things to help with sort of those sciatic like symptoms. I get it from time to time, so I'm just going to go through the things that I've been doing essentially. So let's jump right in. I just get myself gently on my back to start off with, and I just go through some rocks, just rocking side to side. And I might break these up into sets of 10, and I just try to do about 2 or 3 sets. And it's really just about getting my back moving. I'm trying to make sure that a lot of the movement is occurring at my hips. So it's like a windscreen wiper. What we want to avoid is doing that, because I'm tensing up when I do that. I want to be as relaxed as possible through my belly when I'm doing this action. Okay, so that's number one that I do. Once I've done that, I just drop one leg down, pop my arm out, and I come up onto my side, and I bring my leg over. Oh, I don't know if you heard that. Yeah, so I just got a big self manipulation there, which is just essentially when your back cracks. Doesn't mean anything was out of place or anything like that. Just feels good when it happens. If it doesn't happen, I still do this, it feels good. And so that's just a nice way to get your back moving. It's more of a sustained stretch. I'm really trying to focus on getting rotation in my spine. The rotation motion is a really great way, especially early on. A lot of back pain symptoms tend to respond fairly well to rotation, obviously not all, but I know for myself, back rotation is a really nice movement that we can introduce that's really not as provocative as like bending forward to try and touch your toes. So this gentle twisting tends to be a lot better. So I'll hold this generally for about 15 to 20 seconds, and then I'll swap and go the other way. So my arm is out, leg is down. Get my phone out of the way. Over the top. There's another one. So just remember that manipulations or those crackings, nothing's out of place, everything's fine. It's just gas popping in the joints. So don't stress too much if you get it or you don't get it. I personally feel like, you know, they feel nice and I get some relief when I do get them, but I'm not too worried if I do or I don't. And so I'm obviously going to hold this for another 20 to 30 seconds. Okay. Now I'm just going to roll back onto my back now, and I'm going to do my first sort of nerve stretch. So I drop one leg down, I'm just going to hold on underneath here, and I'm just going to do a glider. Now I've spoken about these gliders in the past. They're a great way to get the nerve going, get it moving rather. So ideally what we want to do is have the head flat. As my leg comes up, my head stays down. As my leg comes down, I can tuck my chin and then come back up. And I just repeat that. My leg, I want it to go as high as it feels comfortable to do so, but it shouldn't be pushing too much pain and discomfort that I'm not happy with. And then down, and then up, and then down, and then up. What we can do is add the foot motions in, so I point the toes at the bottom, up at the top, point the toes at the bottom, up at the top. Cool. I would tend to do that for about 30 seconds. I don't want you to do too many reps in that 30 seconds. It should be a glide. It's nice and controlled. A lot of the time that can provoke nervy sciatic symptoms, and we sort of want to feel like we're moving the leg and getting the nerve essentially freed up. But we don't really want you to be tugging on it and irritating it. It should feel good once you're finished. If you do it and then you feel like your symptoms have been aggravated, then definitely you've done too much. So we want to just try to find a happy middle ground where we're putting some effort in, but at the same time we're not aggravating. So one more time, up, down, like that. Now if that's too painful and you're in the early stages, what we can do is just keep the head nice and still. I don't know if that'll be in the camera, but and then come back. And we can do it in side lying. Cool. Alright, so from there, it's pretty much as much as I wanted to do on my back. So I'm just going to pop myself up so onto this all fours position. And what I'm really trying to do here is work on getting this tucking and rotating of my pelvis. So a lot of the time when we get back pain, our whole torso stiffens up, and that's normal, it's protective, but we want to try to get that to stop as soon as we're able to. So in the first 2 days, the body's probably not going to let you move too much, it'll really spasm up. But once the threat has been calmed down, like the brain's calmed down, and we know that it's not too bad, like we're managing, we want to get that range of motion in our lumbar spine back. So it's tucking like that, and then arching like that. So tucking like that, and arching like that. We don't want the motion to come from the chest. We want it to shoulders to stay still, and it's just the lumbar spine that's working. Okay? Just like that. From here, that's probably the 3 main ones that I was doing just to get myself going in the morning, plus a lot of walking. I was doing lots of walking because I found that really gave me symptomatic relief. So now I'm sort of dealing with a lot of muscle tightness, so I've just been going into more glute stretches. So I've been doing a pigeon stretch, so one more time, so that leg comes in front of my other leg. Just relaxing into that, and that's about as much as I can really do at the moment. It's really quite stiff, but after a while I can sort of sink into it a bit more. This is just to get my glutes sort of stretching out a bit. As I said, I feel like I'm 75% of the way there, so I'm able to tolerate this, but there was absolutely no way I was able to tolerate this early on, probably about 7 days ago, 6 days ago. I was no way able to tolerate this, and what I was doing instead was using a spiky ball, or actually I don't have a spiky ball here, so I was using a deodorant can to sort of sit on and roll on to get some sort of relief around my glutes. And although it's temporary when you're in pain, temporary relief is still quite nice. If you had a partner, obviously you could do a little bit of massage or something like that through there. So that's starting to loosen up a bit now, and I'm able to sink a little bit deeper into that stretch. Once again, 20 to 30 seconds. I go off feel. I feel like we should all go off feel and just sort of get good at knowing what we're able to do. I probably do my routine twice a day. So I do it in the mornings when I get up, after a hot shower, and then in the evenings I'll sort of do it. Okay? Cool. The other variation of that, if you didn't want to do the pigeon stretch, is leg across and hugging that shoulder to that one. It gets a similar stretch. I just find that I prefer the pigeon because I'm able to do it now. Okay? The last one that I'm doing is just a leg swing. Now, I don't think this is for everyone. However, I know for me, it's really at the extremes that I'm getting any of my nerve pain. So I'm really trying to loosen up my essentially along that nerve pathway a little bit more. This is just something I personally have tried a few times with some people, but it's just a leg swing. So I'm just going to swing my leg
and I just go at a pace that I'm comfortable with. I'm getting a little bit of tugging down that leg there, but it starts to really loosen up in about sort of 10 swings, and then I go just that little bit further. And I don't keep my leg bolt straight, I let my knee have a little bit of a bend in it. That's going to reduce what we call the neural tension. So I'm not locking my leg out straight, it's just soft. And then as I feel more comfortable, I bring that leg through. And the idea is that I'm exposing the nerve to doing things in a controlled environment. Like I want to get back to running, my legs are going to be moving pretty quick, and it's just going to be an easier transition for my body if my nerve has done sort of a similar action to running and sprinting here, when I can control it a bit more. So it's just about exposure and getting my leg back into doing this type of motion again. And I would probably do, once again, 20 to 30 reps of that. Two things that I'll try to do is work on a hip hinge. So that's static, bending forward. I get a little bit of a nerve pull here and a little bit in here. So I'm just going to relax a bit, hinge forward, and come back up. Hinge forward, back up. And I'm just going to repeat that because I'm at the stage where I know I'm not that sore. I'm sleeping through the night. I'm not getting night pain. I'm not waking up with tremendous amounts of discomfort. I know I'm at a point where I can expose my nerve to doing things again. If you're someone who is really acute, like it's only been 2 days or 3 days, or even if it's been 10 days, but it's still really aggravated and upset, you're not going to be doing this stuff. You're going to be doing more of the things at the start of the video. So just coming through, and I can just feel it's just starting to warm up a little bit now. It's still a bit tight. There we go. It's starting to feel a little bit better. And you can probably see I'm just getting that little bit further. And that's starting to feel more like a hamstring stretch now, as opposed to that sort of grabby nerve type feeling. And then finally, I'm just going to do some roll downs. So I once again sort of tuck my pelvis underneath. Like when you're doing that RDL, we tend to arch and then go down, which is when you're doing like RDLs and hinging. But for the roll down, I'm going to tuck the other way, bend my knees a little bit, and I'm just going to roll down and then come back up. And I feel that a little bit in my back, I feel that a little bit in my leg, a little bit in the calf. Same deal, probably going to go to about here and then come back up. And that felt a little bit better that time. And it's just about exposure. A lot of the times we'll get that first amount of pain and we freak out and we're like, oh, I don't want to do that. It's going to give me my symptoms back. Your body's a lot more robust than we probably give it credit for. I think we need to be working into these pains when it's appropriate. Once again, I know because I'm sort of 7 or 8 days down the track from when I heard it, I'm at a point in time where I know that I'll do this and I'll feel better when I'm finished. I'm not going to feel worse than when I finished. So tucking, rolling forward. And as you can see, like I am getting that little bit further forward. I do feel that sort of nervy pain. I don't get it at the moment, don't get it just about now, like right there. And yeah, so what I can do then is measure. I go, right, well, I get to here, I could get a Nico out and measure it and go, right, well, that's where I'm at today, and then tomorrow it might be a centimetre further, and then the day after that it might be an inch, and then so forth until I'm getting back to my normal range of motion and I'm not getting any of those symptoms. So yeah, guys, that's my morning routine. I'm going to do that again this afternoon. I'm about to go for a long walk, and then I'll probably do like a bodyweight exercise session in the park that I know is going to be non-provocative for it as well. But yeah, I really hope that's helped. I haven't posted in a while because I haven't been able to sit. So sitting's a bit easier now, so I'm looking forward to doing all that, having a coffee and getting back into doing some videos. So I really hope that you guys are having a good week. My name's Alex, I'm from Axe Physio. Please, if you haven't enjoyed what you've seen today, give it a cheeky little like and share. That'd be fantastic. Otherwise, guys, I'll chat to you all soon. Have a great day.